What if I told you that while Ferrari is scrambling, while Porsche is restructuring, and while McLaren is trying to figure out its next move, Lamborghini just quietly announced a plan so aggressive, so calculated, and so brutally confident that every single rival in the supercar world went completely silent? Not one new car, not two, not three, 5 new Lamborghinis are coming in 2026. And the brutal truth is that most car fans have absolutely no idea this is happening right now. By the time this video is over, you will understand exactly what Lamborghini is building, why it matters to you as a buyer or enthusiast, and why this announcement changes everything you thought you knew about where the supercar market is heading. Stay with me, because number 3 on this list is the one that is going to completely blow your expectations apart. Welcome back to Audif Cars. If you are new here, this channel is where you get the real story behind the headlines, not just what the press release says, but what it actually means for your money, your decisions, and your position in this market. If you have been watching this channel for a while, you already know we do not waste your time. So let us get right into it. And before we go any further, if you want to be the first person in your circle to know when Lamborghini drops each of these cars, hit that subscribe button right now and ring that bell, because the drops are happening at some of the most exclusive automotive events on the planet, and you do not want to find out about them 3 weeks late from a social media post. Here's the context you need first, because without it, the 5 cars do not make complete sense. According to Motor One and confirmed by Autocar UK, Lamborghini just closed out 2025 as the most financially successful year in the company's entire history. Not a good year, the best year. The company delivered 10,747 cars globally and generated revenue of 3.2 billion euros, nearly 3.7 billion US dollars. That is not just a record, that is the 3rd consecutive year where Lamborghini surpassed 10,000 units sold. Think about what that number means. A brand that makes cars starting above $230,000 sold over 10,000 of them in a single year. That is not a niche exotic anymore. That is a category-defining machine. And now, flush with that momentum, Lamborghini CEO Stefan Winkelmann has confirmed that the brand will unveil a series of new product developments across 5 major reveals in 2026 alone. 5 events, 5 moments where the automotive world stops and watches, and the reveals are already locked in. Goodwood Festival of Speed in July and Monterey Car Week in August are confirmed on the calendar. Imola in May already happened, and Art Basel in Miami caps the year in December. This is not a rumor, this is a confirmed strategic offensive. Now let us get into the 5 cars themselves, because this is where it gets genuinely shocking, not just for enthusiasts, but for anyone who cares about where the supercar world is going. Let us start with number 5. Number 5, the Urus Performante PHEV. Number 5 is the one that makes the most business sense, but is also the most personally impactful for anyone who already owns a Lamborghini Urus. According to reporting from both Autoblog and Car Scoops, Lamborghini development mules of the Urus have been photographed and spotted multiple times over the past several months, and what is coming is not just a refresh. Industry analysts and insiders are expecting a full Urus Performante PHEV, a plug-in hybrid performance version of the world's most successful super SUV, delivering a combined output of more than 800 horsepower. 800 on an SUV. On paper, the current Urus SE already delivers 800 horsepower combined, which most people do not even realize. But the Performante version is expected to sharpen everything: the chassis tuning, the track-focused aero, the driving dynamics, turning what is already a violent machine into something that has no business being as fast as it will be. Here's the kicker: if you own a standard Urus right now, your trade-in value is about to take a hit the moment this car is announced, because buyers who were looking at your used Urus will suddenly have a reason to wait. That is not a theory. That is exactly what happened when the Urus Performante followed the original Urus, and it will happen again.
Number 4, the Revuelto Roadster. Number 4 is the one that Lamborghini fans have been waiting on for almost 3 years, and the fact that it is not here yet is honestly borderline criminal. According to Road & Track and confirmed by multiple credible outlets, the Lamborghini Revuelto, the V12 hybrid flagship that launched in 2023 with 1,001 horsepower, has still never been offered in a roadster configuration. 3 years, 1,001 horsepower, a V12 that screams to 9,000 RPM, and Lamborghini has never once let you feel it with the roof off. That changes in 2026. The Revuelto Roadster is essentially a certainty at this point. The V12 flagship has been around long enough that a roofless version is overdue, and it is hard to imagine Lamborghini resisting that opportunity. And when it arrives, it will represent something genuinely rare in modern automotive history, a naturally aspirated V12 hybrid in an open-top format, with the wind, the noise, and the mechanical drama hitting you completely unfiltered. On paper, that sounds like pure fantasy. In reality, it will cost you somewhere north of $650,000 and will be sold out before most people even see the official photos. If you are even thinking about one, the time to contact a dealer is right now, not after the reveal. After the reveal, the waiting list closes. Number 3. The Lanzador PHEV. This is the one I promised would shock you, and I want you to really sit with what this means. According to reporting from Autoblog, Lamborghini CEO Stefan Winkelmann has now confirmed that a fourth Lamborghini model is officially coming, and it is not going to be the full electric vehicle the company originally planned. The Lanzador, which was first revealed as a concept and was intended to be Lamborghini's first fully electric car, has been restructured. It is now going to arrive as a plug-in hybrid, a 2+2 configuration, and it will slot above the Urus as a genuinely new segment for Lamborghini, a 4-seater, 2-door performance crossover that directly challenges the Ferrari Purosangue. Winkelmann himself acknowledged the comparison, and he said a 2+2 layout makes more sense for Lamborghini's buyers. Here is why this matters so much. The supercar world has spent the last 2 years watching Ferrari own the luxury 4-seater sports car segment with the Purosangue. Lamborghini has had no answer. Now it does, and if Lamborghini's track record with the Urus is any guide, a car that was mocked when announced and then became the best-selling super SUV on the planet, you would be very unwise to bet against them here. Before we get to numbers 2 and 1, and trust me, you do not want to skip these, if this video is giving you real value, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It takes you 1 second, and it helps this channel reach the people who actually care about this stuff. Back to the list. Number 2. The Temerario Spider. Number 2 is the car that completes the Temerario story. When Lamborghini launched the Temerario last year as the replacement for the Huracan, with a twin-turbocharged V8 hybrid producing 920 horsepower, the automotive world took notice. But as CarScoops correctly points out, the Temerario is still brand new. Deliveries have only just begun reaching customers, which is exactly why what comes next is so significant. According to CarBuzz and multiple industry sources tracking Lamborghini's derivative strategy, a Temerario Spider, an open-top convertible version of the V8 hybrid, is expected to be one of the 2026 reveal events. Think about what that means technically. You're talking about a mid-engine twin-turbo V8 920 horsepower convertible that sits below the Revuelto Roadster in price, but arguably delivers more raw, accessible, visceral experience because the V8 is more tractable, more everyday usable, and more emotionally connected to the driver in an open configuration. On paper, the hardtop Temerario is already considered a masterpiece by every outlet that has driven it. In reality, the Spider version could be the definitive Temerario, the one that defines the generation.
Number 1. The Limited Halo Special. And now, number 1. The reveal that no one is talking about loudly enough. And once you understand it, you will realize this is the most strategically important thing Lamborghini has confirmed for 2026. According to reporting from multiple outlets, including CarScoops and Autocar, Lamborghini has effectively confirmed that a limited-run special, a Halo model, is planned for one of the 2026 debut slots. Following the success of cars like the Aventador SVJ, the Huracan STO, and the Urus Performante, Lamborghini knows exactly what happens when it releases an ultra-exclusive production-limited variant at a premium event. The market goes insane. Allocations disappear in hours, and the used market premium on these cars 6 months after delivery? Collectors have seen 40 to 60% premiums on limited Lamborghinis in the recent market. That is not appreciation. That is the raging bull doing what it has always done, turning exclusivity into a financial instrument.
If you are a collector who has been waiting for the right Lamborghini moment, the Art Basel reveal in December 2026 may be the most important date on your calendar this year. Now, here is the one conversation that has been completely overshadowed by all of this exciting product news, and I would be doing you a disservice if I did not address it directly. Lamborghini's CEO, Stefan Winkelmann, recently made comments that were widely misinterpreted as the brand canceling its electric car plans entirely. He called EV development an expensive hobby and said customer demand was close to zero among Lamborghini's buyer base. Headlines ran wild. People called it the death of the Lamborghini EV. But speaking to Autocar directly, Winkelmann clarified, Lamborghini is not canceling electric development, it is simply delaying it. His exact position is that the first fully electric Lamborghini will arrive after 2030, and the brand is watching the rate of acceptance of electric cars very closely when it comes to its type of customer. This is not a brand being left behind by the future. This is a brand reading its customer base with brutal accuracy and refusing to build a product its buyers do not want yet. That discipline, that refusal to chase a trend at the cost of the experience, is exactly why Lamborghini's revenue hit $3.2 billion while other exotic brands are dealing with delivery delays, recall crises, and demand collapses. Let me put the full picture together for you so you can see what Lamborghini is actually building in 2026. 5 reveals, 4 confirmed events on the calendar, a Urus Performante with over 800 horsepower for the performance SUV buyer, a Revuelto Roadster for the person who wants the greatest V12 experience of their life with no roof between them and heaven, a Temerario Spider for the buyer who wants a more accessible but still utterly brutal open-top supercar, the Lanzador as a 4th model, a 2+2 PHEV that directly challenges Ferrari's most controversial and successful car in decades, and a limited-run Halo Special that will make collectors lose their minds and their wallets simultaneously. That is not a product lineup. That is a statement. That is Lamborghini standing in the middle of a room, setting off a flare and daring every single competitor to keep up. Ferrari's Purosangue is excellent, but it now has a direct rival with even more emotional aggression behind it. Porsche's hybrid program is impressive, but it does not carry the same cultural weight as a Lamborghini reveal at Pebble Beach. McLaren has spent the last 2 years restructuring and cutting. And Lamborghini? Lamborghini delivered 10,747 cars in 2025, its best year ever, and the 3rd straight year above 10,000 units, with revenue climbing to $3.20 billion, and then announced 5 new cars for the following year. That is the difference between a brand that is surviving and a brand that is thriving, and the gap between those two things is exactly where the opportunity is, whether you are a buyer, a collector, or simply someone who cares about what the automotive world is becoming. So here is the question I want to leave you with today, and I genuinely want to hear your answer in the comments because this is the debate that is going to define the next decade of the supercar market. Which of these 5 Lamborghinis hits you hardest? Is it the Revuelto Roadster, the car that finally lets you feel that V12 scream with the wind hitting your face? Is it the Lanzador, the car that tells Ferrari it is no longer alone in that space? Or is it the limited Halo Special, the one that smart money will be chasing the moment the allocation list opens? Drop your answer below. Tell me which one you would buy if you had the budget, and tell me which one you think is going to matter most to the market. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This channel is where these conversations happen before the rest of the world catches up. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and I'll see you in the next one.